Hi there, welcome to 4-Wheel Reviews. In a previous video, I talked about the 10 things I love about the 2023 Ford Super Duty, and now it's time to show Chevy some love and take a look at the refreshed 2024 Silverado HD. Now there's a lot to love about this truck. It's more than capable and it's much improved in a few key areas. So let's get to it. The 10 things in this video fall under 4 major categories: tech, powertrains, interior, and exterior. Let's start with what we see first, the exterior. Big improvements were made, in my mind, to the "what were you thinking" styling that this generation debuted with. Ultimately, the changes are rather subtle but very impactful in my mind, and I like it. I'm historically a big fan of GM styling, but I have to say the past couple of generations of GM pickups have really disappointed me initially. There has been a trend, however, where they improve the design at the refresh. I think the refresh of the current half-ton Silverado was a big upgrade, and the redesign of that 2014 1980 style truck for the 2016 model year made for what was, in my opinion, the best looking Silverado since 2002. Hopefully one of these times they hit a home run the first time around, but I digress. Overall, I like how they've improved the looks here. With all the different ways people use their trucks, I'm a big fan of giving buyers options, and that's why I love the addition of the ZR2 package to the HD lineup. I love how the half-ton version looks, and I'm sure the Power Wagon tremor-fighting ZR2 Heavy Duty will give this truck an edge that will appeal to quite a number of people. I wouldn't expect quite as many features as the half-ton version, but I would expect it to be more capable off-road than its regular Z71 counterpart. Gone are the days where you could reach over the sides of your pickup bed and grab something from off the floor. These heavy-duty trucks are tall, and the box sides are getting taller too. That's why I like the idea of box side steps. GM pioneered these, and apparently it was popular enough, Ford borrowed the idea for the new Super Duty. Personally, I don't think the lower body line on the Silverado does any favors for the looks of these steps, but it's a function over form thing for me. Let's talk powertrains. I like the simplicity of Chevy's HD engine lineup, just 2 options, gas or diesel, both 6.6 liter engines. The 6.6 liter gas engine is no slouch, and what I love is that it's now mated to the Allison 10-speed transmission that the diesel gets. Of course, we have to talk about the Duramax diesel with its more than respectable power figures, 470 horsepower and 975 pound-feet of torque. Not class leading, but if you can't move what you need to with this truck, you're looking at the wrong class of vehicle. It would make sense for GM to hit back with a high output version before too long, since Ram and Ford both offer one. Now let's talk tech. I want to start out by mentioning the 12.3-inch configurable driver information screen, aka the gauge cluster. I love the idea of configurable clusters. Sometimes they aren't laid out all that well, and being able to choose something you're personally comfortable with is a big plus. The easier information is presented to a driver, the safer everyone is on the road, especially if there's 10 tons of cargo involved. And that leads me to the next 2 tech items. They're towing safety items. The first is the adaptive cruise control with trailer system. This system accounts for additional drag and increased braking distances required when towing. This is a great example of what looks to be the next generation of driver assist features in the industry. Systems that account for variables like added weight and curves in the road. So rather than just reacting to what the cameras can see, expect systems to use navigation and other information to anticipate as well as react. I think this will make for a smoother, more trustworthy experience when using driver assist features. Chevy also offers what they call a transparent trailer system. This allows you to add an accessory camera to the rear of your trailer to see what's behind you, which is nothing groundbreaking by any means, but the ability to view this camera through your built-in screen is what makes this so sweet. There's no need to affix an additional screen to your dash and clutter up your nice expensive pickup cab. And for 24, Chevy has expanded this to work with gooseneck and fifth wheel trailers. Having systems like this through the vehicle manufacturers as opposed to the aftermarket would mean expanded serviceability versus an aftermarket system, as Chevy dealers far outnumber RV and trailer service centers. If you're RVing in an unfamiliar area, this makes it much easier to find a service provider. I like to see these trends showing up as factory options in the new trucks. The last section to cover is the interior. Let's start out by talking about the center console. I love the layout here on the HD version of this interior, and while I like the reliability of a console shifter, the column shifter makes room for things like side-by-side cup holders and a large area for storage. The wireless charger / phone holder is a nice feature. It's out of the way and it gives you a dedicated spot for your phone. Okay, I saved the best for last here. The updated interior as a whole is my favorite part of the 24 Silverado HD, and the half-ton Silverado for that matter. Gone are the goofy-looking, bulgy center stacks that debuted for 2014. There wasn't any flow in those interiors, and as much as I love the exterior of the 16 to 18 model year trucks, the interior was as much of a turnoff. Well, those days are over. This new interior is beautiful. The 13.4-inch infotainment screen is absolutely gorgeous. Crisp, clear, smooth, and functional. It's the crown jewel of a dash that looks so smooth and well laid out. I like the functionality of the widescreen. It feels big, and it is big, but not so much so that it's cumbersome to operate. And I'm a fan of hard buttons for radio controls, but with the size of this screen, the on-screen buttons are actually easy to use. And again, like I talked about with the customizable instrument cluster, the information here is easy to process while you're driving. I also like the use of Google Maps. Factory navigation can be hit or miss. I like how Honda integrated Garmin navigation into their units a few years ago, and I like the integrated Google Maps in the Silverado for the same reason. It's familiar to a lot of people, and that familiarity is so much more helpful than any of these manufacturer design interfaces when you're trying to find something in an unfamiliar place. What an improvement. I can't remember the last Silverado dash that looked anywhere near as good as this. Well, I'm glad you found the channel. Make sure to catch my video, 10 Things I Love About the 2023 Super Duty for comparison, and if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor by hitting that like button and subscribe if you're so inclined. Thanks for watching.